Hello, everybody. It's me, Dr. Earl, and where's YR? You there?
All right, Dr. Brown.
What's going on, man? Everything good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear,
All right,
bud.
everything's good. Everything's good. All right.
All right.
So, um, we tried to do an Aussie thing yesterday, and we're going to get into plenty of that. And I have a lot of questions I'm going to ask you, Brown,
Yes.
on that. But today, um, let's dive into this first because this just happened. But,
Yes. Hulk
uh,
Hogan.
yeah, Hogan. So, how did you find out? And when did you find out? Like, where did you find out?
Well, I
Social
found out.
media,
Well,
news.
I found out on Discord. It was Devious Dave Rose who posted it on his end there, and I was like surprised. I shocked. I looked it up, and there, lo and behold, he passed away, age 71. Apparently, cardiac arrest was the thing that got him. And I told my sister, she was
Well, what do you mean?
surprised.
So that basically is like a heart attack.
Something like that. I never had any heart attacks ever, so it's kind of hard for me to just define which is which, but it is something like, say it's something like a heart attack, I guess.
Mm.
Probably a more fatal one.
So
But there
did
were a
you
lot.
do you know that have you heard of that Bubba the Love Sponge radio
Yes,
guy?
I have. Yes, exactly. He issued out a few details about his ex-wife Linda that I advise everybody to check out. He spilled a lot of cruel shit about her, most definitely.
So recently he was putting out within the past few weeks because he does a YouTube live show and part of his radio show you can call in and stuff. Um but it was like a rumor and he started putting out this stuff like, basically Hogan is on his deathbed.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
people were getting pissed people were getting mad
it was a
um
hoax. It's a lie.
yeah, sorry, this is a lot like Ozzy, I'm not like uh, 40, 50, 60, so I didn't necessarily quote unquote grow up with Ozzy, but then in a way like I kind of did because I knew I was listening to him as a child and I knew about everyone, what I'm saying. The I forget the name of the album, the one with it's the Tan album with the face on it.
Which one? The one of the face?
My Mom Coming Home's on it.
Oh, that's No More Tears from 1991.
Yeah, so that's like I remember that CD. When I say album, I mean I actually remember the
I know,
CD.
yeah. It's
So
I would
when
say,
people say when people they so like it's way so like but Hulk Hogan, that's a whole nother deal, and I don't think I've ever experienced this as a fan of someone, um, because Hulk Hogan is my earliest memory as a NWO black and white and WCW because I watched WCW first as a fan,
hmm.
as an adolescent, as a child, Dr. Brown, like 5 years
Oh yeah.
old,
Oh, I was a teen.
5 or 6 years old,
Oh,
so very early.
I was a teenager when Hulk Hogan was running wild over everyone back in the 80s when he was the top star in the WWF, as was known at that time. I mean, we had action figures, he had all these t-shirts. They even had a cartoon series on CBS TV called Hulk Hogan's Rocket Wrestling, featuring the golden era of the roster at that time, including Roddy Piper, Captain Lou Albano, as well as Tito Santana, Big John Studd, Andre the Giant, you name it. I mean, wrestling was big, and it fits to say that Hogan helped propel pro wrestling into the mainstream world not once but twice. First as the All American Hero back in the 80s, as well as in the 90s as the member of the NWO. And it also fits to say that the NWO helped give gateway to what would be known as the Attitude Era.
Well, let me tell you something, all you jigaboos. Listen, Cman, can you join the show, brother? Join the
Cman's
show,
here.
brother.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. It's been a while since we heard from him. And keep in mind, we also lost two other well-known celebrities. First, at the beginning of this week, we lost Malcolm Jamel Warner, who we best remember as Theodore Huxtable from The Cosby Show. And we also found out today that
The horn player.
Chuck Mangione, he died of the same day Ozzy did. He
And
was
then a
84
member
years old.
and then a member of the band Golden Earring
Yes,
passed
their
away
lead
as well.
guitar player as well. Yes.
But listen, let me dive into the whole Hogan thing and look at you know how it. First of all, I'm gonna drop a fact that's gonna be mind blowing. But today is the same day 10 years ago that the um, Hulk Hogan N word sex tape scandal came out.
Oh
10 years
man.
ago today.
Oh dude.
10 years ago today, on the death day of Hulk Hogan, listen, he was the Michael Jordan of wrestling. He
Mhm.
was, I can't like when there's people that say, oh, HBK is my their favorite wrestler. I don't necessarily have like a single favorite, maybe like a Sting or but like I like them all. The whole NWO, Hulk Hogan, everything.
Yes.
So important, Brown, just like Sabbath.
What can we say? Like I said, he helped put pro wrestling into the spotlight twice in a row, different decades.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Cman,
Hey, what's up, douchebag?
former and current liberal leftist Democrat supporter, Joe Biden supporter.
Yeah,
No,
well, I mean, I think just about every politician can get fucked at this point because Trump probably went to that island.
I am
Yeah,
so
but
tired of the Epstein thing, but like I'm kind of leaning towards maybe I don't know, bro.
Yeah, he went to that island. It's all right. It just
but
is
then
what it
again,
is.
who
We all
had
got swindled. He's probably a fucking pedo. What can you do?
yeah, but then
Nah,
again,
but
who
it's
has
better for him to be in than I'll take a pedophile Donald Trump than a Kamala
Well,
than
considering your
any
history
Democrat
with
oh
Keith,
god.
I'm not too surprised right now.
than any Democrat. Okay, so listen, see,
Go on.
man. First of all,
I'm listening.
to you, what is more? And people, they take death and they take celebrity deaths different, harder, and some people don't care. But like, just impactful wise to you, like, is it Ozzy or Hulk Hogan or both that maybe gave you a gut punch or maybe made you sad or maybe
I don't know if
you know,
it's I don't know if gut punch is like the proper term because like I don't know these people, so the bearing that they may have on my day to day life is very minimal. I mean, I was baffled to hear Hulk Hogan pass. Like with Ozzy, it was almost kind of expected to be coming soon. Still sucked, but Hogan definitely caught me off guard today, and I was like most kids loved Hulk Hogan at one point in time. Um, so I
you
wouldn't
saw
call it a
the
gut
rumors
punch, but
though. You
what's
saw the
that?
ru- you saw the rumors of Hogan being being in the hospital and stuff and all that,
I
or
did
it just
see that at one point, and then it was claimed that it was a hoax by I can't remember. I want to say it was another wrestler actually said that Hogan's fine. This isn't real or some shit. I could be misremembering, but yeah, I did see something at one point that people were saying he was on his deathbed and then he bounced back, but now he's fucking dead.
I know.
I think so. I think when TNA they do go. I don't know. They come on Thursdays, and I say come on because I don't know if they go live Thursdays or if it's a tape Thursdays. But we'll see in a couple hours. And then Sean's you has been predicting Hulk Hogan's death for the past month, putting out videos. And I
Wild
don't know if
past month of
that's
predictions and
Really? I
first
didn't know
video
about
he got
this.
right in about 4 years.
well. Look, I sort of look on the Aussie, and we go back and forth like on the Aussie thing on the last show we did last week or the week before Brown. I did predict. I was like, man, Ozzy really like just putting two and two together, and because Ozzy wanted this like not even a year ago, and just seeing how they've made everything happen, and because stuff like this needs like should have been done for like Eddie Van Halen. You know what I mean? So like just to see
Yes.
how all the bands start getting confirmed, when this got announced, like I think this wasn't like when it got announced to the public, the back to the beginning, it was not a year ago, it was like months ago, maybe I don't know, maybe
Last
like
year.
maybe last year, but not that long, but like, it came quick, and the ad mats came out with the people and it's like, oh my God, all these people are going to be here. And like, so like I started putting two to two together and hearing, and he's a big fan. Cman is a big fan of this man from Tool, Maynard James Keenan.
I'm really not that big a fan.
Really? You
I
don't
think
like
he's a
Tool
bit
like that?
pretentious.
You're not a big Tool head?
No. I prefer a perfect circle out of like his projects.
Yeah. But he did, hearing him like saying he doesn't know what to expect, and um, just hearing things, and then just seeing Ozzy looking like not not great, and then Parkinson's, and then blah blah blah, and it's just like, man, this was done. And then now they're coming out with the cinema release and the DVD, and it's labeled. It's gonna be labeled like Ozzy's last thing, not
Yeah.
necessarily like a Black Sabbath led thing, and more of an Ozzy thing. And this was said days before the death, and so
Are
putting
they
all
doing
that together.
Are they doing like a DVD release for it? I remember
I
the
believe
other
so,
day,
yes.
I think Dave Rose was the one who was saying about wanting it like on physical media.
He did,
Yes,
yeah.
from Mercury Productions, it's coming out, and it's going to be 2026 releases though, but it's going to be a cinema release and like a package DVD, and
Yeah.
probably on a digital format. But and then like obviously this all being a charity thing, and seeing and like Ozzy really like the live feed was cool. I watched the whole thing completely live, but like the fan film videos, he was super flat and really wasn't great. But like, I did predict last week that, man, this is like leading to like Ozzy may pass away on us pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? And just hearing people like listening to Eddie Trunk, and I did call into Eddie Trunk today, by the way. Talked about Hogan and Ozzy, and he people call in like that are artists themselves and talk, and I hear them talk, and so like hearing artists that are people actually in the industry, music industry, say like, hey man, like, Ozzy's not, or hearing rumors like, the Rolling Stones, that might be their last tour, this last year and this year, and everything, and like, and stuff comes true. You know what I'm saying? Like, but definitely more shocking death was the Hogan for me, because like we kind of knew, even though they were rumors, like that was still like that's major, like the Bubba the Love Sponge, whether he was making money on it or whatever, he's still he's still putting his stuff on YouTube live. It's like live at like really early, but he's taking calls and everything, and I don't know, like some of these rumors do come out true, right? But then there's a lot of rumors that don't, obviously, in politics, blah blah blah. So it's hard to really, I'm not saying like let's figure out and predict deaths and who's gonna die and everything, but like I did predict, almost like Alex Jones. Alex Jones predicts a lot of stuff, bro. Like I know they, sometimes he might get far off and a little wacky on something.
I don't think Alex Jones is that far off anymore. Whole world's fucking. Most of the shit he's been saying, most of the shit he's been saying for years is fucking spot on.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and he played a good tribute to Hogan today on his show. But like, all of this happened. Joe Cronin did a goddamn great fucking show today. I called in actually, as a matter of fact.
What?
Wow.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta play it for us, man.
Oh, I can on here. This is
Okay.
the free version of StreamYard, but it's on my channel. I did.
see.
Well, no, I didn't promote. I don't want to. This is a music. The channel is a music channel, but I did call in the Eddie Trunk show today as well, and I put that up. a good long, I thanked him,
Joe
and I
Cronin's a musician, bro. You can put it on here.
even Joe,
Yeah,
I'll
Joe
probably,
Cronin plays the drums.
I'll
Yeah.
rip it and put it on.
Guitar at times, yeah.
Because look, even Joe,
Yeah, sings a lot of songs.
Joe and Eddie Trunk, and people that I, personally go to for news, whether it's wrestling news, music news, blah blah blah.
Would you say they're like father figures?
Well, no, when it's a good, and I think both of them, like, we need these metaphorical lighthouses to go to when. I mean, look, I might sound like a fucking a weakling weenie man because I might be the only fan that like gets upset and gets sad when like.
You ain't the only one. There's been
like,
other celebrity deaths that definitely hit me harder, like when fucking Chester Bennington died. Like, I was a huge Linkin Park fan as a kid, so that one definitely hit me. I was like, God damn.
The one that really hit me the most when I was years ago back was when John Lennon got murdered back in 1980.
Well, that was back in fucking 1885, Brown. So I mean, no one. Come on.
Yeah.
No, come
Let
on.
Dr. Earl share his fucking opinion, dude.
Brown, that is cool. Brown, that is cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it is cool that you actually. I mean, those are mega historical.
You think it's cool that John Lennon got shot, YR? That's nice.
I was gonna say, man, what the heck?
Yeah, you're kind of a bad guy, YR.
Brown, your connection is like 5,000% better than it was last night.
Like I said, I was trying to record on my OBS, and that fucked everything up there. So I was proposed a plan that I suggested earlier that when we get done here, I'll record it for my channel as well. Yeah, but let me.
All right, so there is our look. There's real quick. Let me send it. Real quick.
Oh, God,
there is. Let me ask you a question, Brown, and then go into your summary. Do you think I'm seeing more, if not as much, but because it's still fresh, but like I'm seeing more, I'm seeing more Hulk Hogan, just shout outs and like stuff on X and everything, and then Ozzy, maybe because there's a lot of, your Ric Flairs are still alive, a lot of wrestlers that can give their opinion. Not necessarily old rocker. I mean, they did their stuff too. Obviously, all the bands shouted out Ozzy, right? But like, what do you think? You think this Hulk Hogan death is bigger than Ozzy? The Ozzy death worldwide?
I think they're equally as big because remember both had profound influence in wrestling and in music. I mean, there were so many metal bands that would form because of Ozzy and Black Sabbath, and there's many people who got into pro wrestling because of Hulk Hogan. So these two deaths really are hitting a lot of the fans in the gut, most definitely, because the fact that both were major influences, and even though we look at them as big influences of what picking up a guitar or putting a head choke on someone, you also got to keep in mind that neither Ozzy or Hulk, are angels or were angels. I meant to say because both did some crazy ass shit behind the scenes. Ozzy, as we all know, he bit the head off a dove in a record company meeting. He later bit the head off of a live bat during a concert in, I guess, Boston. He urinated on the Alamo. He did a lot of crazy ass shit there. And at one point, he even almost killed his wife, Sharon, back in late 88 when he was in a drunken rage. Hulk Hogan, he did a lot of stuff as well. He refused to put Bret Hart over. He faked the injury while in a match with The Undertaker. And apparently,
let me get the racist stuff. Would you label Hulk Hogan? Would you label Hulk Hogan a racist? Or
I mean, if you want, I can read out exactly what he said.
Yeah, go right ahead, man.
Yeah, do you want me to read out what Hulk Hogan said?
Go right ahead.
And can we use
I'll use the word neighbor.
Yeah, neighbors.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
Go ahead, brother.
Loud and clear, dude.
All right.
Cman was looking for the old channel and he looked up this channel. I remember him saying, Because of Music Maniacs, brother. Music lives forever, brother.
All right.
Oh wait, could you guys not hear me?
No.
No, I didn't.
Damn, I was reading it. Oh,
I didn't hear
Oh,
it.
you can't read stuff.
yeah. Apparently, you can't go off a
Go
StreamYard
off.
screen. Oh, that's ridiculous.
But
Cman,
apparently-
were you ever a wrestling fan like the people are in the community or whatever? Or?
No, I've had sex. Yeah,
For real? So you
I'm-
came in the community because of the drama, basically.
No, I found Cronin through Tommy C and Dead on Dave many moons ago.
Oh dang!
Yeah. You know this whole story, YR. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but I forget.
Yeah, real
Don't
great.
forget.
Dr. Brown.
Do I label think Hogan's a racist?
Yes.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think the problem was that apparently his daughter Brooke was seeing a black dude, and
Yeah, and he
Hogan was
dropped the
very
N bomb
concerned-
multiple times. He's
Really?
he wasn't a real big fan of his daughter dating him. Yeah, he was saying something
but then
like.
again,
So what
think
he would-
about this. Well, let me add
But what he
this. Then
hold
again-
on. What he said was, if my daughter's gonna date some neighbor, why can't she date some like 8 foot tall neighbor that plays basketball and has millions of dollars?
I see what
But he
he's
used,
coming from.
it was pretty
Obviously,
on the news.
I think what it was that he was concerned that he did not want his daughter Brooke to be involved with a gold digger like another Kevin Federline to put forth. Exactly. There are a lot of dudes out there and girls out there who try to latch on to some rich celebrity so they can live up their income, so they don't have to end up being in the poorhouse. I mean, like Kevin Federline, he was living with 6 roommates, driving a pickup truck. On his only income was being a backup dancer for videos, concert tours, blah blah blah, until he met Britney Spears. I figure, hey, I found a better life for me.
No, gold digger does sound pretty
right
close to
away
the word
what
he
like
used.
he was.
Yeah, no, gold digger definitely sounds close to the word he used, so that makes sense.
Oh, Cman, did you know? Did you know today, 10 years ago, the same day is when all those tapes came out?
That's ironic.
Come on, that's mean.
know.
Come on.
What? I mean, come on, come on. You can't find humor in the fact that today of all days.
We're not ready to find humor yet in this. This is
Well,
so fresh.
you can continue to be sensitive. That's fine.
I cry like a little girl today, guys.
Yeah, well, you're being
Honestly.
really unrelatable, YR. You're being unrelatable.
Yo,
today.
did you see the new South Park last night?
No, I don't have
Oh
time
my
to watch
god!
TV.
No, listen, no, you gotta watch. Like, listen, they're back.
I don't think so. I ain't
No,
got
it
time.
was so.
Nope. I only got time for YR and Dr. Earl today, and then after that, I got to go back to.
It's 30
to being an
minutes.
adult.
It's not even 30 minutes. It's like 20 minutes for commercials.
I don't think so, young Republican.
I'm a fan. You know.
Wouldn't you technically be like middle-aged Republican now?
Getting close to it either way.
That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure YR is like fucking 35 now or something.
Dr. Douchebag, do you want to tell us your?
Yep. He's like 35 now. The fact that he deflected is like, oh, hey, Dr. Douchebag.
Exactly.
Let me turn the tables on you.
Hey,
Exactly.
Brown, tell Dave we're live, or he's busy right now. He's busy today.
Dave, we're live. Dang it.
Dave, we're live. I might have to run away if you get on the call, though.
Let me see. See if I can get hold of him. See if he wants to come on and join in the conversation, because he may be busy with his work. I'll give it a shot.
Look, in the 2000s, like the 2000, like I'm gonna be like out of a 10, I was probably like a 2 or a 3 on watching TNA in the 2000s. I was a WWE fan or whatever. So
how old were you in 2010? Like TNA was kind of popping in 2010. How old would you have been?
Was it?
Yeah, 2000. So how old would you have been in 2010?
He was involved with TNA as well, along with Bischoff, Nash, Hall, everyone else.
Well, I'm talking like with Sting and Hogan, all that. That was 2010.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2010, 2011.
Nah, it's got to be like the earlier 2000s. We got to look that up.
No, it really wasn't. You're completely wrong.
What channel were they on?
I'm gonna bully you now. It was on Spike TV.
I mean,
Yes,
I
I remember
think
some of
I
your
don't know. I
episodes
was in and
myself.
out, but like I didn't watch it like I probably should when they did have all those guys there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was too corny or it was
It
too.
was okay. It just wasn't. I don't know.
It wasn't like it what people maybe expected. Like, oh, the same guys are coming back, and like it was. You know, there's only so much wrestling storylines you can do that haven't been done before.
No.
Like a Dr. Brown and Joe Cronin storyline or whatever. You know what I
I
mean?
would.
It's like
We
overdone.
already had that. We had Dr.
Yo,
Brown
but you
versus Joe
can,
Cronin
Brown.
like
You
many
can you
times.
contact Dave on Discord? We know you're a mark for Dave.
I just did.
Brown.
I just did. I
Thank
just
you.
left a message
And we know
moments
you're a
ago.
mark, Brown. We know you're a mark for Dave, and it's okay.
I'm not a mark for any mark.
You were kind of a Dave Rose mark at one point in time, Doctor.
Yeah,
It's all
kind
right.
of. Yeah, I'm at there. But then again, a lot of people are as well.
Yeah, I used to get along with Dave really well. Him and I used to call into each other's shows all the time.
I remember when you were dressed in Bullfrog.
Yeah, Bullfrog, bullying on the slow guy in the community. That was
out
real nice.
Out of all the wrestling deaths, I think Hulk Hogan is the most important, like number one, like wrestling death, like ever.
So
and
if you had to,
can't beat,
if you
can't
had
beat
if you had
that.
to rank your top 3 wrestler deaths,
Well, next to Vince McMahon, like Vince McMahon, Hulk Hogan, and like a Ric
Vince
Flair.
isn't dead. Neither is Ric Flair.
No, I'm saying that like when they die, it's like the biggest, most shocking.
So
and,
what's
like,
your current top 3 wrestler deaths then?
Well, that are gonna die.
No, that.
What do you mean?
You said this is like the number one most shocking. Yeah. What are your top 3 favorite wrestler deaths then? Hulk Hogan's number 1. Who's 2 and 3?
Well, no, like the most. Like if Michael Jordan died right now, that would be the biggest death in basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
Kobe Bryant dying.
What's your top 3? Come on,
humongous.
you ain't getting mad at us. What's your top 3? Come on.
That are already dead, or that may die.
That are already dead. Your top 3 favorite wrestler deaths. Go ahead.
Or it would be like Owen Hart, Chris Benoit, and Eddie Guerrero.
Those are your top 3 favorite wrestler
and not
deaths.
Even Owen, like a Macho Man. To be honest with you.
Okay, so we're taking Owen off.
But that's not even that's not even a thing. Like I'm talking about, like what do you think? I'm talking about.
What is your Mount Rushmore of wrestler deaths?
That are dead?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your Mount Rushmore of wrestler deaths? We got Chris Benoit, Hulk Hogan, Owen Hart, and who else died tragically? Eddie Guerrero.
That's a red herring.
I don't think that's a red herring, lawyer. Thank you, though. We're not arguing. I'm asking you a question.
No,
you're gonna hit me with the whole straw man thing next too, huh?
I mean, basically, when Ric Flair and Vince McMahon and Steve Austin pass away,
so they would be your Mount Rushmore for wrestling.
All of that, yeah,
yeah, okay.
But Hulk Hogan is number 1 next to Vince.
Can you say Hulk Hogan slowly?
Hulk Hogan.
You say Hoke, like Hoke.
My name is Wrestling Fan number 45, and then you want Yo, Brown.
You call him Hulk Hogan.
Yo, Dr.
It's Hulk.
Yo, Dr. Dipshit, can we get your opinion on? Nah, listen. There's a lot of
my wrestling depths. I got it for him right now. Hogan.
Yeah,
Piper,
give me your.
Okay, Hogan, Piper, Monsoon, and Heenan.
So that's your Mount Rushmore of wrestler deaths?
Yes, exactly. And I'm not including Chris Benoit in no ways.
All right, so my Mount Rushmore of wrestler deaths is Chris Benoit, and then also Chris Benoit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I kind of miss talking dumb shit with YR. It's a good time.
Well, you got the chance now.
Yeah, I don't get too much time. YR, I'm a dad now, dude. I don't get much time anymore. Remember?
Man.
Thank you. Remember I told you in RP like a year ago that I was having a kid?
Remember you about that until
now. Scott has like 3 or 4 kids now.
How did he have 3 or 4 kids in the same time frame that I had 1?
I think he adopted.
Obviously, he got with one chick, immediately got to another chick, and he got to another chick all in the same day, I guess.
He had a Mount Rushmore of women. I respect it.
Adoption process, brother.
I can never tell if you're like fucking with me or not when it comes to Scott, because I feel like he could technically do that at some point.
He is a worker, so can we get
Well,
a?
thank you for clearing up the confusion. I appreciate that your response to him adopting kids is just saying that he's a worker. Thank you.
Brown, can we get your? Well, how about all of y'all? And question is can be for both guys, Ozzy and Hogan. Like, where were y'all when you heard the news? Like, where did you hear the news? Was it online, on the radio? Did someone tell you guys? Like,
Well, for me, when I heard about Ozzy, it's through my sister and nephew. They DM'd me on Facebook, giving me the information. I looked it online. This was on Tuesday. I was at work at that time, so I looked it up, and lo and behold, Ozzy was gone, 76 years old. Wow, holy cow. And right immediately, all the tributes on Facebook, X, TikTok kept coming and coming and coming, and they're still coming today, believe it or not. And now they're going to be doing the same thing for Hulk Hogan, because, like I said, Hogan and Ozzy were major influences in the realms that they performed in, music and pro wrestling. And I was home here when I found about Hulk Hogan. And as I mentioned, I found out through Dave's Discord server. It's like, holy cow, dude. I looked it up on TMZ and a few other sites, and bing, bam, boom. So that's how I found out.
did you hear they came out with like there was paramedics trying to resuscitate Ozzy for a couple hours or something? Did you see that news come out today?
No, really interesting. What's the news source?
I think it was TMZ. Like it was real.
Let me look on this right now and read it for you. Okay, Ozzy Osbourne, TMZ. Okay, okay. So far, I'm looking. The only thing I see from TMZ right now is like I'm going to read it for you right now. This is from 10 hours ago. Give a couple minutes. Seen cheerful at family breakfast in video shared days before his passing. He was cheerful as he enjoyed breakfast with his family and home in what appears to be his last publicly posted days before his death. His daughter Kelly shared the clip on her Instagram story this past Sunday. The Black Sabbath icon can be seen sitting at the table scrolling on iPad in Hampshire as said good morning. His grandson Sidney also seated at the table, sucking on the pacifier and looking fully engrossed in iPad as well. All seemed good in the family video, but beloved ones surrounding him. So that was the only thing I know from so far. No word yet if there was any paramedics or any medical teams to resuscitate him. But nevertheless, we kind of knew that Ozzy was going to go. Everybody knew that. You called that out, especially YR last week or a couple weeks before. And going back to the topic I was going to mention yesterday, it's kind of like, in a way, Ozzy kind of like premeditated his death after the final concert he did earlier this month. And this happened a couple times before, as I tried to mention yesterday, before everything fucked up like it did. Charles Schultz, the creator behind Peanuts, the comic strip, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he announced he was going to retire his strip and focus on his cancer treatment. And soon, immediately after his final strip got published in the papers, he passes away. And of course, we cannot forget the Ultimate Warrior. A couple of days after he was inducted into the WWE Hall of
Yes,
Fame, he dies as
very
well.
similar, right?
Yes, exactly.
I'm sad about the last time that Hogan was with WWE, he came out and everyone booed him, in California, and this was right after he went to the Republican convention and came out publicly with his support for Trump. That
It
was his
wasn't
last
just that.
public.
It wasn't.
But look, there's
Terrence, yeah,
two
no.
sides. Because look, there's two sides. So there's one side that spews the hate and worships the hate, and they're the ones that hate Hogan, and then the other side, Hogan was a part of, the whole Trump and everything coming in and all that. So there's always two sides to everything in life, and just what I'm talking about, just a news
Well, the
story
reason
or
I think the real I think the main reasons Hogan got booed like he did on that Netflix premiere night was because the audio tape that was leaked of him using the N word towards his daughter's then at the time boyfriend, and plus the other stuff that we heard about him as well. I mean, like according to the Ultimate Warrior and one of his hour-long promo videos on him, he said that most of the vitamins and stuff that he takes, you had to have a prescription for. I mean, like there were stories that Hogan was a cokehead. I mean, look up the video. Warrior calls out Hogan here on YouTube, and you see this nearly hour-long promo he did on him, just verbally castrating him for everything under. I mean, like letting his family down, stating that they wanted Hellwig to join in their marriage and stuff like that. A lot of crazy stuff that the Ultimate Warrior came up with around that period. Of course, still, when Warrior was inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, him, Hogan, and Vince McMahon, they all passed things up with each other. They were on good terms. And it was good that he was able to do that before his passing days later.
so I'm hearing all these interviews from obviously today and then coming up, definitely with the wrestling aspect, but going to the Aussie aspect,
Mhm.
hearing whether it's on X, like tweets or actual interviews or call-ins from different artists, and people were saying like Ozzy, it's like, okay, how do I phrase this? So it's like obviously from '69 or '68, whenever they actually, because they started with Earth, but really they didn't start with Ozzy. They put out an ad and found
Mhm.
Ozzy, or Ozzy in the ad. So I mean, yeah, technically they started together, but it's really Tony Iommi's band. That's Black Sabbath, correct? Would you agree with that?
Well, it was kind of like all their band. I mean, like apparently Bill Ward was the
But
one
when it
who
started with
introduced.
Earth,
Yeah, they actually started out under the name the Polka Turk Blues Band before they changed it to Earth, and then eventually Black Sabbath from the '63 movie that starred Boris Karloff. And the concept was simply, if people enjoy being scared through movies, why can't we people be enjoyed being scared through music, rock and
so
roll?
that's what I'm saying. So so when, let's say 68, 69, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, so for 40 years, 45 years or so, not so much in the last 10 years, even though Ozzy did tours in the past decade, for sure. He just not in this decade. He did it in the 2010s, but I think his last show was 2018 or something, 2016,
I think
2017.
I think so. I believe so. If I remember, it was
Because I
supposed to
think
be the
a fan of the channel, fan of the show, Simo, went and actually saw that last tour, No More Tours 2 deal. I think it was like 2018, or right before
yes,
the pandemic and everything, obviously. So
yes.
definitely, within the past 10 years, but let's say for over 40 years, he's entertained us, but in different, just like Hogan, in different. So let me explain. So you have Ozzy with Sabbath, then you have the solo stuff in the '80s. You have the different guitarists, and then in the '90s you get some good stuff. You do get some good stuff. He's like 40 at that point or something, I believe. Well, that's where you get the Ozfest startup and everything. And then the 2000s, you get the Osbournes basically pioneering reality TV with the family, because the Hogans did it, the
Yep.
Gene Simmons family did it, Family Jewels, so like all the
Yeah.
Kardashians. So, but the Osbournes was
Exactly.
the first. Osbournes was the first
Exactly. They were.
on
And you know what?
MTV.
You know what? Let me also add this. Other channels saw how successful the Osbournes were on MTV, and they all saw all the dysfunction that was going on, and they often try to create their own versions, portraying this family as dysfunctional, portraying this family as chaotic. I mean, they tried that with the Carter family, Nick Carter, the late Aaron Carter, the two guys from the Backstreet Boys. They tried that for a short while. They even tried it with the late Anna Nicole Smith. But then again, she was zoned out on pills and everything else throughout the production of that TV show. I mean, like, that's
So
how they do it.
like there was all, and then going to Hogan, obviously, with him
Hogan
being
knows best.
the huge megastar, or the huge, going to how it's similar to where their whole the whole life of their career, how there was parts that were different, and maybe they went to different avenues, but they was all successful. Like maybe some things here and there wasn't successful. Maybe a song or two Ozzy did wasn't that great as compared to others. Maybe some matches Hogan did, or storylines that he did wasn't that great compared to others. And then going to the Hogan thing, like him obviously in the '80s with WWF and being the huge megastar, and then obviously, like I think before that, he was in the Rocky movie. I don't know if that was
Yes, Rocky 3.
during. I don't know if that was him during his WWF career or before the WWF career.
No, it was a WWF career. Actually, it was actually the Rocky thing appearance in as Thunder Lips. That was during when Vince McMahon Sr. was in charge. He asked permission to appear in this movie. McMahon Sr. said no, can do. So they had to let Hogan go to do that movie shoot. And then when they saw how popular Hogan was getting because of that scene, they decided to bring him back. And of course, Vince Jr. took over, and that's when it became the WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Because prior to that, it was the WWF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Well, I wonder if well, look, so that happened in the '80s, and then in the '90s, more so mid to upper '90s, he he with the NWO and the WCW and all that,
Yes.
and obviously his TNA career, but like he was successful, man. The NWO WCW thing.
You know
See,
why?
I wasn't around at the time when you're around for his WWF career, so I don't know. I can't compare which was more
Yeah, you
hotter and
were
more
still,
popular. Like,
yeah, you were still inside of your daddy's dick waiting to be ejected into your mom's pussy. So obviously, but actually, what the main reason why NWO was so big like it was because the theme was simple: anti-establishment, which was the main thing throughout the whole 1990s. The corporates, the traditional stuff was like out the door. The new anti-establishments were coming in, like being your own person, being your own idea. And it came out the same time Marilyn Manson struck it big with Antichrist Superstar, that album. Bands like Disturbed, the new metal scene was forging on. Korn was out there. It was like becoming everything. It's like, and the NWO seemed to fit. In fact, I remember seeing Hulk Hogan coming back with the NWO, along with the members of a motorcycle club, and he was definitely wearing huge trip pants on his entrance to the ring. That was the scene back then. I mean, like,
you got the.
go
Are you
ahead.
sad that Ozzy died, or you more sad when Roddy James Dio died, or is it equal?
Well, it's pretty much equal, yeah, because Ronnie James Dio was a badass of a singer as well. I mean, I give him his due. when he came in with Ozzy to take over Ozzy's position, he did a pretty damn good job. I mean, like he took Sabbath into different directions. They're able to now go to other spots where he wasn't able to with Ozzy, clearly vocal wise as well, because Ozzy and Dio were both different singers, different vocal ranges. I meant to say. My bad.
Now they have Miss Dow on. See, all kinds of people are on TV talking about. Look, I
Hulk
think.
Hogan,
Look,
yeah.
I'm not being. Look, I'm. Everyone's a huge Odyssey fan and stuff, but like,
Mhm.
the Hulk Hogan thing. That's. I don't know. I think it is just getting as much. I don't know. It's getting a lot of coverage, man. You
Oh,
know.
it's going to get a lot of coverage because, like I said, Ozzy and Hogan were both controversial figures in the entertainment world, in the realms that were performing in music and wrestling. I mean, like Hogan did his share of atrocious stuff, as well as Ozzy, the ones I mentioned prior to that. Him biting up the heads of bats, doves, almost trying to kill his wife. Urinating at the Alamo. The drug issues and alcohol issues that Ozzy had throughout his years, and he even said at one point, like he admitted that he is an addict. He is an absolute addict. I guess he has what they call an addictive personality. He has to have latch onto something and hold on to it for some reason. I'm not too sure what it was or how it causes that, but either way, Ozzy had his substance issues. I'm sure he clearly got over all those. And would you agree what I'm about to say here? Like Glenn Tipton also has Parkinson's, the guitarist from Judas Priest, but yet he's still able to get around very slowly. But then again, think about this. Glenn Tipton probably did not do the amount of drugs or drank the oceans of vodka like Ozzy did. And I
Well,
think that
there's different
somehow
forms.
but I think that may have contributed to Ozzy's ill health during the last few years of his life.
There's different forms of it. You know.
Hmm. That's true. I never met anyone who had Parkinson's, so I would not know
No.
this precisely. You should probably look it up sometime. Wow. But also,
Did you hit Dave up, or did he say respond?
he said he is working. He is working
Ah,
his job,
okay.
as I predicted.
Can you hit up Extreme Chat? Who do you have contact with on from the
Discord right
community?
now. Let me see right now. I'm not too sure who is around at this moment, on Discord or
So let
whichever.
me. So when this, I cried for both Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. To be honest with you, but
All right.
so like the Ozzy stuff, it's more of like a haze and a clouds for me.
Hmm.
Like I can't like on just I can't believe. But then like the Hulk Hogan thing came,
Mm,
and Sean's You was live. He went live immediately, doing a great job, and
mm.
so I think he's gonna do because I've been donating to Sean's View, and I told
Oh,
him, hey,
really?
could you do like a little StreamYard show, and and then Joe went live um, as well for a long, like a longer show program. Um, but then like obviously wrestlers like or former talent, Vince Russo and Jonathan Coachman, they have their own YouTube show, so they were
Hmm.
live.
Ryback,
Um,
is he still on YouTube as well?
Nah, he doesn't do the YouTube anymore.
Oh, okay, so he stopped that.
Yeah, did you see the let's see what else, Brian? Did you see anything on anything on any of that?
Right now I'm checking the who's
And you
live
made
on
a video
Discord, who's
you
available.
you made a
I
video on your
made a video.
channel about Hulk Hogan?
I just did on the way
Oh,
prior to heading back home. I still have got to upload it, but then I may not
oh,
need to
okay.
since I'm going to be putting this on my channel soon afterwards.
With
But
that, but
just check them out.
you always do a short video like announcing the news, like breaking news when
Yeah,
it
I'm going to
happens.
definitely upload both. definitely. I'm going to be looking into that, doing as well immediately after
Hit
we're done
both
with
on
this
that.
program. Yes, exactly. Wow. So, what can we say? You know what? We always got to talk about Chuck Mangione, the jazz trumpeter. He passed away the same day Ozzy did. He was 84 years old. Look up on YouTube, Chuck Mangione Feels So Good from 1978. And I remember there was a jazz station back in Southeast Michigan that track was played a lot on that station. Believe me, along with Herb Alpert's Rise. And definitely check that piece out. I remember there was another instrumental that he put it out in 1980 from an album he called Fun and Games. I forgot the title of it, but that reached the Billboard Top 200 singles charts. And he was a legend in the jazz world as well. So rest in peace to him. And of course, the one who started this week of death, Malcolm Jamel Warner, Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show. Word has it that he was in Costa Rica vacationing when he went swimming and he got hit what was called a high current, for I understand.
You
And
watch
he
that show a lot? Cosby
not
Show?
I did a few times, believe it or not, but at the same time, it's kind of disgruntled, for people who live in downtown areas to feel like, geez, the, because they're not really portraying the black families in reality. But I think the purpose was to get away from that spectrum, like Good Times or the struggling black families that we see on sitcoms many times before. Here was a black family that were successful, that were earning good money, that were communicating good, unlike the other black families that we've seen, like blah, 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 fist fight, daughter getting pregnant when she's 15, son going to a jail for robbing a liquor store when he was 14, dads are drunk, mom's not around, that kind of stuff. We heard that those kind of scenarios play out time and time and again. And no way am I being racist, ladies and gentlemen, but
Mm.
however, this is from observation, things that I've seen multiple times before. Think about that. But
Did you? What was your earliest memory of Ozzy Osbourne?
oh, my earliest memory of Ozzy Osbourne was actually when I first saw an ad in the nearby music magazine for Blizzard of Oz. It was advertised, it just came out that day, and it was listed as the new debut solo release from the former lead singer of Black Sabbath. And that's when I first heard I Don't Know on the radio, and then later Crazy Train. Now, what really got me into Ozzy was the second record, Diary of a Madman, and how powerful that production of that whole entire disc was. In fact, one of my neighbors had that album. I bought it from him for $5, and I listened to it and was like, wow, the production, the songs are magnifico. Especially the song You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. The vibe I got from that was like unique.
Brown, how far away of from the 70s are you in
Well, I
age? You're
was
four.
read in. Well, I was a kid throughout the 1970s.
So when like SEMO, like he's saying they're all dying and everything, like it's weird. It's like Hulk Hogan was the GOAT, Ozzy was the
Ozzy
GOAT.
was the GOAT.
I think Ozzy is the greatest number one rock star. Number one, Ozzy.
Yeah.
It's
Well, he
like a
certainly
meme at
lived
this
right.
point, like saying like, Ozzy, like I'm gonna party like I'm Ozzy Osbourne or something like that's the ultimate rock star. Like it's metal, we know that, but like just rock star, bro, just everything. It's Ozzy, man.
Well, he cannot say that he was boring because he sure as hell wasn't on or off stage. And the many subjects he talked about in his music were not boring as well. I mean, the stuff he did with Black Sabbath were not boring, most definitely. I mean, like For example, Lord of this world, they're talking about some individual who thinks they're above everyone else, who only seeks guidance, who I ask for God for material possessions. Listen to the lyrics and you know what I'm describing. Chorus Into the Void from the same third record, Master Reality, that Sabbath did. You're talking about the earth getting so damn polluted that they decided to find another world where they could live in peace without no problems, where the air is clean. I mean, think about it. I mean, like Black Sabbath were basically discussing the horrors of reality. And let's not forget Hand of Doom. Listen to the lyrics of that song and see how chilling they are. I mean, like that'll definitely keep you straight as a pencil right then and there.
There's a great Cmo want to come on. We both had Cman on. Can we get Cmo on and have
Emo
a Cman Cmo?
interaction.
No, not
Couple of
it don't
C's
have
on
like.
the show.
Well, Cman left, but like if we get Cmo on, we can have
So
all
we
the
got two.
C's.
Tell you, we could have two C's for the price of one. Simo man. If you're not busy, join the call, dude. All right. Now, going back to Sabbath, I mentioned this before to my sister. I mentioned it on the Facebook post. In fact, I guess a lot of these Christian fundamentalists never really saw the point. They just look at the imagery and figure, oh, they're Satanists, they're devil worshippers, blah, blah, blah. They never were. Black Sabbath never were devil worshippers. They were seeing about the horrors of real life, war funded by politicians, drug use, the dangers of that, and other situations. In fact, during the later years, they were having management issues and they let out that steam on a couple of the songs on their earlier records, like Sabotage. You told me about that one song, The Writ. They're really calling out their management for deceiving them like they did. Most definitely. And there you are, Wire. Because I know
Yes.
you're
Did you? I do hope this, and there's a lot of wrestling stuff that's going to come out. All these different. Obviously, check out the Eddie Trunk. I called him earlier.
yeah,
Did you see
gotta
the
post
Gene
that on.
Simmons? Did you saw the Gene Simmons stuff?
I saw some of the Gene Simmons tribute to Ozzy. I did hear, yes. I mean, like everybody's choked up about this whole thing. Paul Stanley, Dave Matthews Band, Metallica, Pantera, everyone out there. Even Lady Gaga posted a little tribute at towards the end of her show. She came out strutting on the little runway there, connected to the stage, and she opens up her jacket, Ozzy Osbourne shirt right there. Bing, bam, boom. I mean, like everybody's been posting tributes to Ozzy the same way they were posting tributes to Eddie Van Halen when he passed 5 years ago. And right now, people are now posting little paintings, AI images of Ozzy shaking Randy Rhoads' hand, giving each other a hug, and captions like "Reunited at last." And makes sense, most definitely.
And I'm sure, like news back in the day, I wonder it didn't really get out as fast as it does now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
like
know.
when Randy
But
Rhoads passed. Like, where'd you find out that news in the newspaper? Or?
no, I found out on the radio. I was listening to a one of the local rock stations, and they made the breaking announcement. We have a special news bulletin. Randy Rhoads, the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, was killed moments ago in a plane crash in Florida, and the news jumped like wildfire. It was all over MTV News when that was still a good channel to watch. It was on the other rock stations as well. The same thing with Metallica. when Cliff Burton passed away as well. But John Lennon, I found out the next morning. My mom, I came out. I waking up to go to a junior high school, and my mom told me John Lennon's dead. I'm like, what? And she showed me the headline on the front page of the paper. I started reading through all the articles and everything. All the radio stations were playing Beatles music, Lennon's music nonstop. I mean, like, whoa. It was all over TV as well, news bulletins on ABC, NBC, CBS. This is before we had CNN or any other cable news networks. But most definitely, that's how I found out back in the day.
Well, and then Hogan, have you ever seen him wrestle? Didn't you go to the first
Yeah.
WrestleMania?
No, yes, I did. I saw the
Cobo
first
Hall or
WrestleMania.
whatever?
Cobo Hall. It was what it was called closed circuit TV at that time. It's where they had
Hello, we have a new guest. How you doing?
DJ.
Oh my God! Hey, listen, I want to fix you and you guys' relationship because Brown and RP real quick. And Brown, I didn't know RP was calling in.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I never even knew Brown had a problem with me. Like this whole time.
Yeah,
he's been
Brown, we
beefing
have to
with, like,
fix
an
this.
individual
well,
RP or...
here's the thing, It was, yeah, I realize you make a little bit of jokes here and there, but here's the thing. There were a lot
Listen,
of
real quick
satire.
before you go on. Let me present the table. Let me lay out the table, and I'll land the plane. Brown has the issue that RP dates the mothers, and RP has the issue that Brown posts the pictures of the women. So it all has to
No,
do
I
with
don't have an
women
issue
at the
with
end of the.
anything. I don't have an issue with anything that Brown does.
Yes, you do.
Thank
It
you.
was really more of just a joke. Like, oh, you only take pictures with the girls, but you don't actually take them home. Blah, blah, blah. It was just a joke. I don't have a problem with anything. I mean, that's Dr. Brown's life. I mean, he still gets the chicks. I mean, Dr. Brown does get the chicks. So let's not, let's be real.
Thank you. Hear that,
But
Brown? There you go.
I
Yes,
never had
and
an
thank
issue
you
with
for the
Brown.
announcement.
It's been
Okay.
weird to see, Brown basically in a rivalry with me, but without me, which, if it makes sense. But
Pretty
I don't have a
much.
problem with Brown. I love Brown. Brown's an OG. We know Brown likes to be Brown. He's an OG of the community, a pillar. So
All right, thank you. But
Thank
Brown,
you.
what was your thing? Oh, you're good.
The issue I had was all the shots you had taken about me because called me Dracula, and let's not forget that thing where you and
What?
let me hold up.
all right, but who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't get joked on, or who doesn't call you Dracula? Everyone does. Everyone jokes
Yeah, but
That
around.
is true.
I know, yeah, but lately I've been getting called the
Why
doctor
why
as of late.
single me out? Just because somebody else made it cool to not like me? Why single me out?
Well,
Like I'm just
here's the
joking.
problem. Let me address it. Wire, please. Let me say this. It was that one private call that I was on with you, YR, and somebody else, and I called it on Dave's Drama Diner one point. It was 105, where Dave was reviewing the show that was on earlier with SC Steve on there, and when I got on the call with you and YR, you immediately came back to me saying that why I had thrown YR under the bus when I never did. I even asked YR, did I ever do that? YR replied, no.
Oh
And you
well,
started screaming at me. At
I
one
don't know
point,
what
you even
happened with
yelled
you.
out, fuck you, Dr. Earl. And I said, and you hung up the phone on me.
Yeah, but I mean,
Jeez.
really, all of our shows was just kidding around with each other. So I didn't mean it. I'm sorry if you took it that way.
All right, there. So
I
is
didn't.
everything good?
We all like Dr. Brown. So
Yes.
I'm cool with Dr. Brown as long as Dr. Brown's cool with me. I mean,
All right. I'll be cool with you. Be cool with me. Okay, dude?
all right, great. I love it, man. I love the
Thank you.
show. I
Yo,
love
so
doing the
RP,
Maniacs. I want to
RP,
stop by and say
when did
real
you find
quick,
out about
real
Hulk
quick.
Hogan and all that?
Hello. I want to say rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I want to pay my
Yep.
respects to Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace. Two big legends in the music game and the music game
Pro
for Hulk
wrestling?
Hogan too. Fucking rest in peace, man.
Yep.
All right, guys, enjoy the show.
All right, there.
Thank you,
Take
brother.
care, man. All right, take care. All right.
There you
That's
go,
settled.
man.
All right, everything is good. All right.
All right, bro. So you're gonna record this program and
Yep, upload it on my channel and immediately bing bam boom. All right. I'll probably
Thank you,
premiere it or
man.
just hold it as it is. And I'm also going to upload my Hogan tribute video as well while I'm in the process. I'm also going to rework my the thing I did last night, the dark dub soundscape live stream I did, because there were a few niches there in the right channel I noticed while I was streaming live. So I got the original backing track, and I'm gonna combine both together, take care of that issue right away. Immediately
Thank
after
you.
I'm done with these two projects as well. All right, so I guess that's it. I guess for this episode of Music Maniacs, I guess. All right, there. I'll let you lead away, YR.
All right, everyone. Sub to the Dr. Earl W. Brown channel.
YR.
Sub to the Joe Cronin Show channel if you're into professional wrestling. And subscribe to the Sean's View Entertainment channel. I'll be over there
Yeah,
tonight if
Sean,
he's
you got to
live.
go live again, bud. We need to
Yes.
hear you again. All right, there. All right. Take care. I'm out of here.